Jeffries writes the biggest difference between Trump and Harris is support for U.S. allies, that there's elevated risk to ongoing supplementals under a Trump administration, and broader uncertainty with regard to alliances. Capital Alpha Partners also noting the role of Elon Musk in a Trump administration could be a wild card for large U.S. primes and federal defense services, especially if he is, in fact, tasked with slashing government spending. Defense could be on the table there. Cowen, though, is betting on, quote, two bedrock assumptions: that DoD base defense spending will not be cut under any scenario, and that global defense spending will continue to increase due to geopolitical risk. And the defense industry is just one piece of the puzzle for investors. Business issues like taxes, tariffs, the deficit, regulation, those are all front and center and on top of mind for voters. So joining us now is U.S. Chamber of Commerce CEO Suzanne Clark. Suzanne, it's great to have you back on the show.
Hi, Morgan.
There's so much for us to talk about, but I'm going to start with policy issue number one, because there is an actual deadline for something to get done, and that is tax policy. What needs to happen in this next year, regardless of who wins the White House and who wins the Congress?
Great question. It's our number one priority, and it's our number one priority because, as you said, we've got this looming tax cliff, right? Our main priority is preserving the pro-growth tax provisions from 2017, and our main concern is that fully 60% of the House of Representatives won't have been here when it happened in 2017. It means a lot of education on our part. You know, it's kind of easy to understand the impact of an individual rate cut, but it's harder to understand the impact that the corporate rate, that things like R&D expensing, tax credits, et cetera, have on small and large businesses and their ability to create jobs, raise wages, and be innovative. And so that falls to us. And we've got a coalition of 600 people meeting on Friday to look at the new government and figure out the best way to start educating policymakers.
So coalition of 600, what are you hearing from your constituents about what they would like to see in terms of that tax policy?
You know, the number one thing that we hear is how to make sure we're focused on pro-growth policies. That's the corporate rate, that's the pass-through rate, and it's things that really help capital investment like the R&D spending. So we hear the same things, and then the trick will be to hold together as a coalition and to make sure that all these new members of Congress understand what's at stake.
Trade and tariffs, very much on the ballot here. And although we talk about sort of the big tariff rhetoric that's coming out of the Trump campaign, tariffs are something that have happened under the last two administrations and are expected, at least to a certain extent, I realize the devil's in the details, are expected to exist potentially no matter who wins the White House. How does that play out?
Look, it's a broad topic, right? And if you look at trade generally, we haven't heard much from either campaign about how they think about opening markets. 40 million American jobs depend on trade. We hear from small businesses and farmers every day that want more markets to trade into. So number one, we want trade to be a broader agenda item and are hoping that we can get the next president to focus on it because you're right, we haven't seen a great trade agenda in a couple of administrations. To your point on tariffs, look, tariffs are fine as a narrow tool if you've got a dumping problem or a narrow national security interest that you're trying to protect. But as many of your guests all day today have been saying, a tariff is really a tax on the American consumer at a time when they're screaming about prices and inflation. Broad-based tariffs are bad for the American economy, and maybe worse, they're bad for American manufacturers. Fully 50% of our imports are inputs into manufacturing. So think about how uncompetitive that makes an American manufacturer against a foreign competitor.